What's up?
Hi.
Welcome back once again to Wheel Takes, a podcast about the Wheel of Time, a series of fantasy novels written by Robert Jordan and completed by Brandon Sanderson. I'm Gus, and I have read every last one of them.
And I'm Allie, and I am on book 13, chapter 3.
3! That's right. This podcast contains spoilers for everything Allie's already read, which again today is everything up to and including Towers of Midnight, chapter 3. No, you did not miss an episode. We are just doing 2 chapters at once.
They say it can't be done.
Because the first chapter is kind of short, and there's not a ton to talk about. And the second chapter is kind of long, and there is a ton to talk about.
You know, we say that, but
It's going to be 4 hours on chapter 1.
We're going to find a way.
Allie,
knowing us.
we tend to. That's why our other podcast is called BABBLE, is because we don't ever shut up. How you doing?
I'm so great.
Me too, man. I'm really good.
I was at
really
the farmer's market today.
Oh.
Idyllic. It was amazing.
Farmers markets are often like that. I'm
Farmers
fond
markets
of them.
are great.
Yeah, you know what you should get at a farmer's market before anything else?
I got an olive loaf.
That's good. I was going to say apples.
Why?
Apples first.
Is that a reference to something?
The chapter we did.
Oh.
It's the almond bunt.
That's right.
You could have also gotten an almond bunt.
Yeah, there's a part of me that really wants to go get that olive loaf and snack on it a little bit while we podcast.
That's your prerogative, man.
I may do that.
You could do that.
I'm going to do that right now.
What if we got an almond bunt?
I'm gonna go grab a little loaf. Would you like some?
Well, if it's here, I'll probably end up eating some, yeah. You gonna go grab it?
Yeah, I was
go
maybe
ahead.
gonna get some slices, but if you want, I'll bring the whole loaf out.
No, you can do whatever you want. When do you gotta go? You gotta go in like a little over an hour?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yes. Yeah. Whatever
And we'll
works.
just see how far we get.
We'll get through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go grab the
gonna be
loaf. We'll
awesome.
keep talking while we
Fun.
snack. But in a way that's not gonna make hideous nightmare mouth sounds for y'all. Because that's our objective is to... Listen, I talk about creating a discordant and uncomfortable and disjointed podcast experience, but I don't want to inflict mouth sounds on you. So we'll be back as soon as Allie returns with the bread. All right, we're back. Petey's here, too. Petey is on a hunger strike because he doesn't like the fact that he's on special food, and he keeps staring meaningfully at the olive loaf. You can't have any. Mm-mm. I'm pretty sure olives will kill you. They probably
I'm
won't.
actually not sure about olives with dogs.
They can eat pitted Okay, so they wouldn't kill you, but you can't have it anyway because the vet said so. So anyway, we're here, and we're here to talk about the Wheel of Time, Allie.
You wouldn't like it anyway, Petey. It's spicy.
It's spicy?
But isn't that what parents say to their kids? Like, you wouldn't like it anyway. It's
I
spicy.
have never heard that before, but I trust you.
I've heard of people gaslighting their
I'm
children
going to take
that
a
way.
bite. You have to riff. Oh, you took a bite. Well, you can't. Now I have to riff. Damn it.
Sorry.
Okay, chapter 2 is called Questions of Leadership. Here's the chapter logo. Oh, where'd we leave off?
Almond buns and the
Almond
apples?
goddamn bunt. That's right. And then we spent all of last episode going over where we thought everybody was at this time and forecasting and all kinds of fun stuff. Mm-hmm. And now we're here in chapter 2, Questions of Leadership. There's a chapter logo. What is it?
A wolf.
Wolf. Allie, you take any notes for chapter 2?
I think so.
Questions
Not for chapter 3.
of Leadership. Not for chapter 3, but it was a banger.
I know. That's why I didn't take any notes. I was busy reading a banger.
I can see how that would cause problems.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you get sucked into the book you're reading. Oh, I didn't take notes for chapter 2 either because, again, I'm having a great time.
That's good for you.
Not that I'm not when I'm taking notes, but like,
You're just more present in it. I get it.
how often when you're reading a book and you get sucked in, are you like, better stop and take notes?
That's a good point. I just took a big bite of bread. This was a mistake. Okay. Well, this is dead air. We're both eating. This is hell. Hold on. All right. So, Questions of Leadership. It's a Perrin chapter. How's he doing?
He's questioning his leadership.
He is. Is that new?
No.
No. What's he been doing since, like, book 4? This is not a criticism.
Well, here's the thing, is that healing is a spiral.
Oh, yes.
And so sometimes we have to revisit the same problems over and over again. That's what I've been learning this year. So one of the ways in which we spiral sometimes is that like we're hitting the same issue over and over again, but we're getting a little bit better at it every time until we can put it down.
And that's the Perrin of it all. Mm-hmm. The thunder rumbled above, soft and menacing like the growl of a distant beast. Perrin turned his eyes toward the sky. A few days ago, the pervasive cloud cover had turned black, darkening like the advent of a horrible storm. But rain had come only in spurts. That reminds me, there's a phrase I use to describe light rain that you despise. You hate when I say this.
Spitting.
It's spitting. You fucking hate that.
Well, because sprinkling is so much cuter.
But sprinkling is different from spitting.
How?
Sprinkling is a consistent, routine, regular downpour. If it's spitting, it's just like, oh, there's a little bit of rain. Oh, there's a little bit of rain. Oh, there's a little bit of rain.
I just think sprinkling is so cute.
Sprinkling is cute, but a sprinkler can be a very significant and heavy flow of water.
I just like sprinkling.
I enjoy sprinkling more than spitting.
I just never heard spitting until I met you. And I was like, that's gross.
Do you think it's a regional aphorism?
I don't know. Let us know.
Upstate New York? I'm sorry, I was making a reference that was unnecessary.
What was the reference?
It's the Steam Tam sketch. So don't worry about it.
Well, the people who understood the reference thought it was quite funny, darling.
It's a Simpsons sketch. Anyway, I have a shirt with the entire script of the Steam. It's fine. So I don't know.
It is not the failure of the joke. It's my failure of knowing the reference.
No, it's the failure of the joke, and that's fine. Referential humor is actually dependent on knowing your audience. If you don't know your audience, then the joke fails.
I wasn't allowed to watch Simpsons growing up.
It's the only show I was allowed to watch growing up.
What is so weird
Yeah.
about you and me.
Yeah. My parents were like, I don't know about that. Simpsons, though, seems good.
Which is so funny because, my mom thought it was vulgar.
It can be, but I don't know. Not as vulgar as Family Guy.
My mom also tried to keep us from watching Rugrats, which is very ironic.
That's very funny considering that you keep writing for Rugrats.
I told the showrunner that. I said I wasn't. My mom didn't think Angelica was nice.
Wasn't that kind of the point back in the day?
It was. Yes.
They've changed that since. A little bit.
I mean, she's still Angelica.
Yeah, but she was more antagonistic anyway.
Well, yeah, because they got that note from a lot of parents that they're trying not to normalize children being mean to other children on TV lately.
Sense. Anyway, if you're familiar with
I should say mean with no consequences.
If you know the term spitting to describe light rain, let us know. Don't dox yourself, but give us a general area.
No.
It'd be very funny if people were like, I know spitting and I live at so-and-so place and such town. Don't do that. Anyway.
I mean, if you want to dox yourself, we can't stop you.
We can't, but
free will is
don't do it.
A thing.
That's true. They're on their way to the Gehenna.
And we wouldn't do anything with the information.
No, we have a lot of our Patreon's addresses.
I know.
I mean,
We've never done anything with that
we would never because we're not fucking weirdos.
It's true.
Perrin is chilling out. He's doing some stuff. He's doing some things. Questioning his leadership. This part is there's not a ton really to talk about in this first part, I don't think.
I'm really good on these books for showing that imposter syndrome does not only apply to women.
That is true.
No.
That is true. Perrin definitely thinks he's not doing a good job at this. He is doing a good job at this.
Being in charge of an army of people that you care about during an apocalyptic period would make, I think, most people tremble in their command position.
So, everybody got
Especially
sick.
If you're in your 20s.
The Ashaman nearly died, but now they're fine. He keeps playing with a blacksmith's puzzle in his pocket. Do you remember this motif? This started in book 12?
Yes, and it's
or
like
earlier.
It's a little puzzle.
Yeah, you're familiar with these, right?
I've interacted with a blacksmith puzzle before, I believe.
Yeah, but you get the gist. It's one of these things where it's like you shouldn't be able to disconnect these two items.
Yes.
But you can if you just know the trick to it.
Right.
Yep. Shackle puzzles, things like that.
I think a lot of magicians use them, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's there's actually a chapter logo for it. I think we've talked about this before, but I'm going to show you anyway. It looks like this. And if you want to see it yourself, if you just Google blacksmith puzzle logo Wheel of Time, it will show up. That is a very complicated one, honestly. But that makes sense for Perrin, because Perrin has a complicated web to unweave, to mix my metaphor. So he's going, they're on their way. Where are they going? Do you remember where they're going?
I don't know.
They're going through Galdan, or Geldan, if you want to pronounce it that way. They are heading towards Camelin, ultimately.
Okay.
Generally kind of back towards Rand, is the gist of it. Because, as a reminder, what was the entire purpose that Perrin left Kyrian for in the first place? The entire mission he's been on since book 6?
Oh, to go get Missima.
Go get Missima. How'd that work out?
Well, Missima's dead.
Yeah, well, yeah, worked out great, actually.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Great for me. I was not a fan.
How's the weather? How's their food situation? How's everything?
Everything's great.
Dog shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's ass. It's trash. It's just, it literally couldn't be worse. Everything sucks. There's refugees coming out of your ass.
My bad. You know what? Everything is not good.
Everything's good with you, but everything is ass for Perrin and everybody
I'm on
else.
instinct going, everything's great.
In the apocalypse.
And then I'm like, oh no, right. We're in the apocalypse. Yeah, no, that's the tricky thing about talking lately is I am doing personally better than I ever have in my life. And it's like really incredible. And globally, we're in a bit of a we're in a bit of a time and a place in a location.
Yeah, but personally, like,
it's tricky. I'm like, oh man, I'm like, I don't mean to sound callous, but I am doing personally amazing, globally working on it.
These guys come and they're like, hey, can we tag along? Can we hang out and chill and do some stuff with you? And Perrin is like, we can't really do anything for you or help you. Do you have like horses or anything? And the guy's like, yeah, we did. What happened to the horse? They had to eat their horse.
Oh yeah, that's so sad.
Everything is shit and bad and terrible and not good.
I can't hear about things like that.
The guy's name is Turn. There's Turn and Jar. He goes, if you don't mind, my lord, wages can wait. If you have food, well, that'll be enough for now. And Perrin is like, I really shouldn't take more hungry mouths to feed.
How can you turn them away?
And he goes, go walk down the line. Find a man named Tam Althor. He's a sturdy fellow, dressed like a farmer. Anyone should be able to point you in his direction. Tell him you spoke to Perrin, and I said to take you on for meals. Perrin is like, God damn it, I'm letting probably mercenary refugees tag along for food. That's going to end well.
Like, what can you do? I don't know. In these kinds of times and places, it's just like, I don't know.
I think this is interesting. The guy goes, tell me, my lord, do you really have food? Perrin goes, yeah. Like, what do you think, I'm lying? And it doesn't spoil after a night left alone? Of course it doesn't. Not if you keep it right.
So Perrin's just not been aware of the fact that food is just going horribly badly everywhere.
Not aware, and also, why might it not be happening to him and his men?
To Viren. Yeah.
Because why is it happening everywhere else?
The bubbles.
Well, is it bubbles? Because it seems pretty universal.
Oh, is it Rand?
It's Rand. It's Rand and it's the Dark One, yes.
You see how when you don't, address your own mental health, it affects everyone around you.
Rand has shadow projected the entire fucking world.
Rand
really did shadow project the entire world.
I really do think that's a thing. Like, you can really make your own life so much worse just by, like, not being self-aware.
Rand actively made everybody else's life worse. So, yeah, now, of course, we'll get to this later. But, Perrin's walking around. He keeps on having nightmares about working the forges and not being able to create anything of worth.
I wonder if that's a metaphor
I don't know. Arganda shows up. Your boy, Galene Arganda. How's he doing?
He's all right.
Actually, I'm sorry. Galene is a different person. I'm so sorry. Galene is here. He's doing a great job. Arganda is the guy. Galene is the captain of the Myanmar Winged Guards.
Okay.
Arganda,
I hate.
You hate with a burning, flaming, fulminating passion. He goes, Lord Perrin. And he rolls up to Perrin, and Perrin's like, he's bitching because the Winged Guards get to go in front, and the Myanmars were behind them, and Perrin is like, fine, you can ride side by side if it really is the bug up your ass that much.
Honestly, that's the move. Just surrender. You're like, okay, cool.
Arganda would like to fight with Perrin. He goes, was that another batch of mercenaries? And Perrin is like, yeah, just a few. And the guy goes, deserters. Arganda spat to the side. Okay. You should have sent for me. My queen would want them strung up. Don't forget that we're in Gaeldon now. Perrin is like, shut the fuck up.
This is the thing. I just, with people sometimes, you're like, it does not have to be all that. We did not have to go there. We do not have to do this.
Perrin goes, your queen is my liege woman. We're not stringing anyone up, unless we have proof of their crimes. Once everybody is safely back where they belong, you can start sorting through the cell swords and see if you can charge any of them. Until then, they're just hungry men looking for someone to follow. By the way, they found Massima's body a day ago. So that's nice. Our god is having a bad time. Perrin's having a bad time. Everybody's having a bad time. Everybody smells like shit, but in a Perrin way. And Perrin's like, fine, you can talk to them, but you're not gonna, like, do any of these thumbscrew shits, okay? We need maps. We need local intel. It's gonna be fine. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Gaul is there. This dude named Fennel comes up. How's Fennel?
You know, good in most dishes.
I like Fennel. I also like Emerald Fennel.
Me too.
I haven't seen that movie yet.
Here's my hot take. I loved it. I know it's not like a faithful adaptation, but that's why she put it in quotes. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I loved it personally. I think she's a weirdo and I love it.
Yeah. I don't really feel the need to go through, like, a lot of this chapter is logistical, like where people are moving in what direction, and the gist of it is that
we kind of have to remind ourselves where everybody is.
Yeah. What do we have here? We have some people took the Johanna Road up. Mm-hmm. Perrin wants to get rid of Aleandra because whatever. He's worried about the Shido. Basil Gill scouted ahead with Fennel, and they're going to they're heading to Lugard, basically. And Perrin and Fael decide they're going to Lugard. It's the gist of this. I mean, do you feel the need to get into the weeds on this one?
No, not in particular.
Okay. There's a bunch of Fael Barrelane stuff. Mm-hmm. Do you feel the need to talk about any of that?
No.
Okay, yeah.
No, I feel like I've said everything about that I need to say. You know, can't we all just get along? I guess I'm at a place where I'm just like, can't we all just chill?
It's better than it used to be.
Yeah, we're getting there.
It's still a little bit of a problem.
Well, I guess... It's the thing of, like, if you just had one conversation.
Just talk about it.
If
Literally
you just had one conversation, we would resolve it right now. But you don't want to have that conversation. Just the avoidance of conversation is so... It just really hamstrings a lot of people, huh?
Fael, the literal goat, shows up and goes, "So, Gil turned toward Lugard? That may have been wise. Perhaps we should turn that way, too. Were those more sellswords who joined us?" "Yes." "We must have picked up 5,000 people these last few weeks. Perhaps more. Odd in this desolate landscape." Perrin is like, "Yeah, we got too many people. I should start kicking them out." She's like, do you understand how Ta'Veren works? He's like, "We're a big army moving through a desolate area. You're attracting people to you because the world is literally telling you to become an effective leader."
Yeah.
Like, he goes, "I suspect they'd find our way back to our force anyway." "Why should they? I could leave orders." "You can't give orders to the pattern itself, my husband." "What? You think this is me? Being Ta'Veren?" She goes, "Yes, you dumb shit." Like, of course it is. You keep on gaining men everywhere you go. No. So they talk. He insists it's coincidence, and she laughs at that. And
synchronicities.
And Perrin goes,
"You can call them coincidences if you want to.
This is all going to end in a few days, Fael. Once we have gateways again, I'll send these people to their proper places. I'm not gathering an army. I'm helping some refugees get home."
Okay.
"We shall see." Fael, man's got to see a thing for what it is. There's no sense in calling a buckle a hinge or calling a nail a horseshoe. I've told you, I'm not a good leader. I proved that. "That's not how I see it." And he goes, "Yeah, but everything went to shit when you were gone. I'm completely ineffective if you're not in the area."
Oh, God
everybody
forbid
was fighting.
You have assistance.
Everybody was fighting, and it was terrible. And Aram died, and that gave me a lot of trauma that I haven't addressed yet. And the Aes Sedai are doing whatever, and everybody's mad. They think I'm pounding Barrelane from behind. And Fael's like, "Well, you didn't have to be that graphic about it." But I'm sorry. God. Sometimes I like to throw in a little. Yeah.
I'm so offended. I've never said anything inappropriate in my life, personally.
Perrin goes, "It's not her fault. If I'd been able to think of it, I'd have stopped the rumors dead, but I didn't." What is a man if his own neighbors don't think well of him? I'm no Lord Fael, and that's that. "Odd. But I've been speaking to the others, and they tell a different story. They say that you kept Arganda contained and put out flare-ups in camp. Then there's the alliance with the Shan-Chan. The more I learn of that, the more impressed I am. You acted decisively in a time of great uncertainty. You focused everyone's efforts, and you accomplished the impossible in taking Malden. Those are the actions of a leader. And he's like, no, but I'm shit at this.
I think I just gave you your resume at you. And I think that the thesis of that entire resume is that you are not shit at this.
And
Goof.
some scouts come back, some maidens come up, and they go, there's something beside the road, Perrin. It is something that you will wish to see. And then we switch perspective. To whom? The Lord Captain Commander of the Children of the Light.
Galad.
How's he?
He's doing very well.
He's in shambles. He's shackled. He's been beaten to within an inch of his life.
But he's into that.
He probably would be.
I feel like of all the characters,
tell me I've been a naughty boy.
no.
Tell me to do good.
Veto.
Make me do well. No. Yeah, Galad's here.
Oh my god.
He did get his ass pounded, but in a kicking way, not in a fun way. And he's having. I keep making jokes.
You're on fire today.
I keep making jokes of the Babylon podcast, which a significant amount of that audience doesn't know of me as well as most of you guys who are listening do. And I keep making jokes in the previous Leons about choking, not in a fun way. And Allie turned to me one day. She went, "People are going to think that this is like a kink of yours." And I went, no, it's just, I just think the joke is funny. And she goes, they don't know you that well.
Listen, if that is your kink, that is your kink. But that is certainly, as someone who knows you well, not
it's definitely
something
not.
that you're interested in.
No, it's not.
And so I just keep going, are you trying to tell me something?
No, I just think it's really funny.
I'm like, are you trying to let me know?
Not even a little bit. Not even a little.
This is a passive-aggressive bid for attention.
Yeah, in public, in front of everybody. That sounds like me. Okay, Galad. We're going to talk about Galad right after these ads.
We're going to talk about Galad's ass? Is that what you said?
We're going to talk about Galad after these ads.
Oh, I thought you said we're going to talk about Galad's ass.
We can talk about Galad's ass. I bet it's rock solid.
Well, what? It's raw right now because they just kicked the shit out of it.
Shit out of it. Yeah, so he's here.
Pass the olive loaf.
You can have more.
Shout out to buds and grandmas.
Very good.
Bub and grandmas.
Just as good. Galad, how's he? He's butt ass naked. His ass is out. He has had the shit kicked out of him, not in a fun way, and not that that's I don't know. Anyway, so everything's bad.
Again, is this a bid for attention that I'm not picking up on?
He's getting ready to have a bunch of other bad things happen, and he's like, "Well, here we go. I got to get ready, and I'm gonna take care of it, and I'm gonna clean up myself and stand here butt naked and get ready to give the answers I need to give."
Okay. What is the way to stand naked that is the biggest power move, do you think? Because, it's very vulnerable. So, like, how would you stand to show people that...
One leg up on a table.
I feel like you got to spread the cheeks.
Exactly. One leg up on a table. I was going to say one leg up on a table, hand on your hip. Captain Morgan.
I feel bent over, spread the cheeks.
I don't think so. I don't know. I think it's the Captain Morgan.
Just the idea of them entering the tent and that's what's going on. Do you think they'd still torture him?
It's not that kind of punishment, my lord. Like, what are we doing here?
Do you think they'd leave? Like,
I might. In that, like,
yeah, wouldn't
right.
you? If that's your job, you walk in, that's what's going on. I feel like you'd just be like, I'm going to come back later.
Y'all have fun now. I'm
not going to torture you today. I'm going to take a sick day.
I'm not feeling it. Yeah, so Galad's standing there, Captain.
Go to HR.
Actually, what does he do? He put his feet wide in a warrior's stance, his hands held before himself with his wrists crossed.
The classic akimbo.
Yeah. And, well, that's not akimbo.
Isn't this akimbo?
His hands held in front of him with his wrists crossed. I think his hands are bound.
Oh, so he's like...
So he's got his hands over his dong, and has he's wide stanced.
Okay. When in doubt, protect the dong.
Probably a good idea.
I've always said that.
So, so this is all going on, and he's just standing there, and they come in and go, Light, damn it, how is it you're awake? And Galad goes, ToM. And they're letting him out, and he goes, Stop, I gave orders to you three. Bornhold, there, and please return the page. Bornhold, there's blood on your cloak. I commanded you not try to free me. And in come Barab Gulliver, Alabar Harnesh, and your friend and mine, Brandel Vordarian.
Oh, all those guys.
And they're like, yeah, it's all good, man. And it's all those captains. Remember, like, 2 chapters ago where Galad was like, I think that Asunawa has a stick up his ass, and someone should ram it the rest of the way up into his brain, because he's the worst.
Yeah.
And the captains were like, maybe you're right. Well, they decided he was right.
They Julius Caesared the guy.
They killed the shit out of him.
Which is sometimes a good thing.
And they walk in and they huck his head at Galad, and Galad goes, I see. You've turned your swords on fellow children. And they're like, well,
okay, the way that
what the fuck else were we gonna do?
But the way that sounds terrible.
yeah. And Galad goes, I do not know. Perhaps you are right. I should not chide you on this choice. It may have been the only one you could have made. But why did you change your minds? And the guys are like, well, everything's going to hell. The Shan-Chan are running amok, doing all kinds of bullshit. Everything is bad, and Asunawa was a problem. So we killed the shit out of him.
What if we have a good time?
We got Shan-Chan running all over the place, and Asunawa was like, let's go kick our own friends squarely in the dick. And
we thought that sounded lame.
And we weren't into that. And then you showed up, Dick Akimbo, and you were like, hey, what if we didn't do that? And we're like, no, you know what? This guy's the guy. I think this is the guy. And Galad goes, so I'm the guy now? And they go, yeah, you're the guy now. You're the Lord Captain Commander, like, for real, for real. We did have to kill a full third of the questioners, though.
Well, there you go.
And Galad is like, okay, well, anybody who wants to fuck off can fuck off. You want to go?
Here's my take. And I don't mean to offend, the torturers out there. But if you're torturing people as your job, you might be a bad person.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I wouldn't really go in for.
I feel like that's not a job that somebody does. And it's like, I feel good about doing this.
Probably not.
I wake up and this has no effect on my psyche. It's just not a very good gig.
It's a terrible gig.
And when you think about all the other gigs there are, you got to start to think to yourself, math teacher was on the table, accountant, but we went torturer.
Galad's like, all right, cool. I guess I'm the boss.
Like, no parent has ever looked at a baby, I think. Probably. I think this would be a unique experience and goes, God, I hope you're a little torturer.
Galad didn't feel wise or strong enough to bear the title he did, but the children had made their decision. The light would protect them for it. Men
also experience imposter syndrome.
They do. They sure do. And I do think...
Even Nepo babies.
I do think these 2 chapters were deliberately set against Egwene in the next chapter, being like, well, I worked my fucking ass off, and here I am.
Good for her.
And I guess this is my job now, and I'm going to have to take it as best I can.
Well, she's really crushing it.
She really is doing a great job.
I guess that's what's rough about, like, having something handed to
Guys,
you.
I'm sorry we keep eating bread. I'm going to be stopping eating bread now.
I'm not. I guess that's the thing about having a job that's more handed to you, is the risk of imposter syndrome might go up a bit.
That is true.
Because, like, everyone just kind of decided Perrin was in charge.
Perrin got hero syndromed, kind of. Perrin showed up and was competent, and everybody was like, you're the boss. And he was like, I did not want to be the boss. I would like to stay at home and hammer my forge. You liked that one.
I did like that one. That was good.
I've said this before, but in discussing Perrin as a character, he's my dad's favorite character because when he was reading the books, because he was like, he's just a guy. He just wants to hammer his forge. He just wants to go home and do some work, and people keep on making him do stuff. And he's like, I don't want to do this.
I wonder why your dad identifies with that.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I feel like that's so your dad. Your dad just wants to, like, do his activities, be left alone. People bug him.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So yeah, that's
you too. You just want to sit, do your activities.
That's me a little bit too. Yeah. Says yeah. So anyway, Galad, he's a big boss man, and he's worried about it. It's gonna be fine, and that's the end of chapter 2. Chapter 3 is called The Amerlin's Anger, and there's the logo. What's that?
It's a tear.
Petey, do you want to come up on the couch instead of staring at us like a serial killer? That might be better.
What if
you want to
just
come up
loves
here?
to
You want to come up here?
Allow him to gaze at us fondly. Look.
He's not gazing fondly. He's gazing at us in a "let me out of the fucking room, you assholes" way.
Well, maybe we should let him out of the room.
Well, we could.
We could let him go play in the backyard.
Timer to see how long it will take for him to come back to the door and be like, "Let me in the room, you assholes."
Well, we're gonna find out.
Let's find out. Start the clock.
All right.
Start the clock. We're starting the clock, everybody. The clock has been started. Play some music. I don't have royalty-free music I could play for that. I don't have anything I could do for this. We're just going to have to acknowledge that the clock has been started. Oh, yeah, he did want to go out there. Oh. Okay, the clock has now been started. The clock is running. Allie, no notes for Chapter 3 because it was a straight ripper, right?
Exactly.
Egwene floated in blackness. She was without form, lacking shape or body. The thoughts, imaginings, worries, hopes, and ideas of all the world extended into eternity around her. This was the place between dreams and the waking world. A blackness pin-pricked with thousands upon thousands of distinct lights, each more focused, da-da-da-da-da. So she's hanging out. How's she doing?
She's doing okay.
Actually, she's doing fine.
She's actually doing well.
She's like,
But she's been bodying through obstacles like you wouldn't believe. She's just like, you know, those things were problems, not problems anymore.
she kind of wishes she could go and sneak into Gawain's dreams and tickle him in various places, but then she's like, I probably shouldn't do that.
Well, not without consent.
No, so instead she doesn't do that, but she does leave a voicemail for Nynaeve, which is what this kind of feels like when she runs up to Nynaeve's dream and pushes her face up against it and is like, Nynaeve, you have been avoiding me for multiple books. You haven't done anything since the cleansing apart from tell your husband to fuck off. It is time to stop avoiding me. There's work to be done, and I have news for you. Meet me in 2 nights in the hall of the tower. If you do not come, I will be forced to take measures. Your dalliance threatens us all.
That's what I'm going to do the next time one of my friends is acting avoidant. I'm going to leave them that voice message. Exactly.
Notably, what does she want to do for Egwene, for Nynaeve and Elaine?
What does she want to do?
What does she think they must do?
I don't know.
What is their status?
Their status?
Their rank status.
Their Aes Sedai?
Yes.
Oh, do they need to do the oath rod?
They haven't done any of the formal stuff. They haven't done the test. They haven't sworn the oaths.
Oh. Well, I suppose it's time.
Yeah, so she's like, we should probably do
I'll
that
ask.
shit. Notably the oaths, primarily the oaths.
Yeah.
And she
but
needs
the test is probably important too.
some news from Nynaeve.
I forgot about the test, honestly.
Yeah, because it's new
Because
spring.
I'm like, I mean, what more loyalty could these two show?
It's more of a formality for
I
them
understand.
at this point, I think.
But like, isn't it kind of to test whether or not you're like good enough?
No, it's to test whether or not you can be totally stoic under pressure and know all these weaves and all this stuff. Like a major part of it, I think, is the total stoicism under pressure.
Now, here's the question: she's going to make Elaine do this,
Well,
even though there's such a risk of death.
good question. Read and find
she's
out.
preggo as
Read
fuck?
and find out.
We're gonna have a pregnant woman take the test.
That's a great question, and I would like you to hold on to that one.
I mean, they can't even go in a hot tub.
Well, and notably, what is going on with the weaves for Elaine right now?
They're going a little wonky.
They're buttered noodles.
Yeah, I would say let's let her gestate.
So,
First-
you know, maybe, Allie, we won't have to make Elaine do this, but let's find out in a little bit.
I feel like we're going to make Elaine do this, and I'm like, this is a stupid idea.
It would be.
But I guess, like, Min did tell her that she lived to see her children give birth.
She did.
Live to give birth to her children. So I guess maybe actually now's the time.
Maybe.
Because clearly it's going to work out.
So,
But then, concern, But then it's like, but living to give birth could mean a lot of things.
It could.
So then maybe actually now is not the time because I can't even have sushi if I'm pregnant,
That's
which I
true.
am not actively.
True.
Like if I can't have raw fish, I feel like I shouldn't be made to do an Aes Sedai test. You know what I mean?
Valid concern.
What is the protocol? Because I feel like they haven't really had many pregnant Aes Sedai before.
They haven't.
Yeah. So what's the protocol?
They don't really have one.
Well, there you go.
So
then a question. If one can't even have a brewski with the bros, if one can't, I'm trying to think of what else pregnant women aren't supposed to do.
soft cheese.
Have a soft cheese. If one can't even
Take up weightlifting.
take up weightlifting.
You could keep
You
weightlifting.
can keep, yes, but you cannot take up weightlifting. If one can't
under the right
even
circumstances.
ride a horse, I don't think you can ride a horse. Whilst
I don't know.
that just seems like quite the bumpy ride for a baby. Who knows? That one I don't know.
Smoke weed every day.
If you can't even 420 blaze it, I think that you should get a medical exemption,
From the
a
valid.
stay of execution, if
Valid.
you will.
So Egwene is like, well,
And then
that's
probably a maternity leave afterwards because she'll
Probably be
still be
good.
breastfeeding twins at that point.
probably would be.
And at that point, I'm like, clearly she's tough enough. Just watch her give birth to twins unmedicated, and I feel like we would know whether or not she was stoic enough to be an Aes Sedai.
So Egwene is like, yes, yeah.
That's my proposal.
Egwene goes, all right, good work, good night's work. Time to have slip back into my own dreams and have lucid dreams about getting pounded from behind. And she does. And
What?
well, I'm being a little generous with my weird metaphors because I've made this a runner this week. She let herself slip back into her body, content to spend the rest of the night with her own dreams. Here, she couldn't keep thoughts of Gawain from visiting her, nor did she want to. She stepped into her dream and into his embrace. And it's a nice, sweet dream, actually.
Yeah, you pervert. Pervert.
Actually, yeah, that doesn't happen. She wants to have lucid sex dreams. I'm being unnecessarily crass. I apologize. She wants to have nice, soft, cozy dreams of having a nice, soft, cozy life with Gawain that maybe involves, cuddling. And instead, that doesn't happen. What happens
She
in her
gets
dream?
railed.
Something Gawain ripped apart as if made of sand. All was dust around her. And
That's a little scary.
13 black towers rose in the distance beneath a tar-like sky.
Okay.
One fell, and then another crashing to the ground.
Is this Shan-Chan?
That's a good thought, because we did see towers in Shan-Chan earlier. However,
Or the Black Tower?
one fell, and then another crashing to the ground. As they did, the ones that remained grew taller and taller. The ground shook as several more towers fell. Another tower shook and cracked, collapsing most of the way to the ground, but then it recovered and grew tallest of all. At the end
Wow.
of the quake, 6 towers remained, looming above her. Egwene had fallen to the ground, which had become soft earth covered in withered leaves. What is it, Allie? This is, in fact, all information you already have.
Is it the Black Tower?
No,
Black Towers.
there are 13 of them.
Oh, it's the Forsaken.
It's the Forsaken.
So there's 6 left.
There are 6 left, and what's the one that fell most of the way down but then grew all the way up?
Is that Lanfear?
Maybe. Who is the most powerful Forsaken?
Oh. So Moradin.
Moradin.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's 6 left,
Yes.
right? We talked about this last week.
Okay. So this is not like a prophecy. This is just like a revisiting of information we already have.
We have. She may not.
So she doesn't know there are 6 left.
She may not have known yet that there were 6 left.
So now she's up to date, theoretically, if she gets the metaphor.
Yeah. And then she has a second vision. She was looking down at a nest. In it, a group of fledgling eagles screeched toward the sky for their mother. One of the eaglets uncoiled, and it wasn't an eagle at all, but a serpent. It began to strike at the fledglings, one at a time, swallowing them whole.
This has got to be Masana.
That is what she deduces, yes.
Yeah.
The vision changed. She saw an enormous sphere made of the finest crystal. It sparkled in the light of 23 enormous stars, shining down on it, where it sat on a dark hilltop. There were cracks in it, and it was being held together by ropes. There was Rand, walking up the hillside, holding a woodsman's axe. He reached the top and hefted the axe, then swung at the ropes one at a time, chopping them free. The last one parted, and the sphere began to break apart.
gotta
A
be a
beautiful
seal.
globe falling in pieces. Rand shook his head. A seal?
The dark ones.
Is it just one?
No.
Or is the metaphor here? Because
All
what
of
does
them?
what does Rand come to her and say he wants to do?
Well, he wants to break the seals.
Break all of them.
Which we got to do.
That is what we have, the conclusion we have come to, but nobody has talked to Egwene about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, he just goes, I've come to give you time to plan.
Yeah.
Because she's like, you can't just spring this on me. Like, you have to give me time to plan. And he was like,
That's why I'm here.
that's why I'm here. Giving you time to plan.
Notably, what is the full title
Which
of the
is-
Aes Sedai?
Really hilarious as an attitude.
Yeah. What is the full title of the Amerlin seat?
The Watcher of the Seals.
Yes.
Well,
This might be a little bit of a butting heads moment, you think?
this may be a conflict of interest for her job description. I agree with Rand that this is the logical thing to do. You got to like break it to fix it,
Break it to make it.
break it to make it. But the risk is quite high. Quite high. Notably, she doesn't really say no. She's just kind of like, you can't just spring this on me with no warning. And he's like, that's why I came to warn you that this is the plan.
You've got a whole book, probably.
And like, you know, perhaps they could have done this in private. That might have been good. A private audience rather than springing it on everyone
yeah.
all at once.
But I don't think either of them was going to go for that.
Private audience?
No, I don't think either of them was going to go to that because both of them they both have a point to make. They're both inherently political people now, right?
I know, but they're still old friends.
Yeah, but they're also not. You know, they're also inherently figureheads. They both talk about and think about this. They're both like, we have things we have to do. Where we have positions we're responsible for things outside of ourselves.
Sure.
Rand has to... here's what I think. Here's my read. Well, I ask you first. What do you think Rand needs to demonstrate? I think there are two things.
That he's not insane.
That's... Okay, there are three things.
All right. That he is in charge.
Yep.
That he wants to work with the White Tower.
Yeah. He's fully present in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
He is determined on a path. And yet, he is no longer this tyrannical bully.
I suppose he does have to demonstrate that in public so
Yeah.
that everyone can kind of come to the same conclusion.
What does Egwene need to demonstrate?
That the White Tower is working with the Dragon Reborn, not for the Dragon Reborn,
Yeah?
right? That she, though she may be young and though she may be Rand's friend, is still in charge of the White Tower.
Yeah. And is
Right.
not operating purely in her own interests.
Is not operating purely in her own interests and she's not in Rand's pocket either.
Right.
That they may have a collaboration to do, but like that she is still of her own personhood.
Yeah.
That she's White Tower first. And that she can go toe to toe with the Dragon Reborn and not flinch.
Right. So then Sylviana's like, hey, Rand's here. And Egwene is like, what? And then we switch to Swan, and she goes, well, this is a pot of fisherman's stew made only with the heads. How did he get through the city without anyone seeing him? And Captain Chubane is like, well, he was a guy and he had a sword, so we just sent him to recruiting. And Swan is
That
like,
might
yeah,
not be
no,
the best policy.
that's fair.
That might not be the best policy.
So that's Gareth.
Just sent him
that's-
to recruiting.
Sharon says that. I'm sorry.
That's hilarious. Rand just showed up, looked young, was buff, had sword, and was like, any questions?
Chubane nodded.
That's
He
incredible.
was at the Sunset Gate before anyone questioned him, and then he just said he was the Dragon Reborn and that he wanted to see the Amerlin. Didn't yell it out or anything. Said it calm as spring rain.
They're like, he seemed sane, so we thought, he's probably the Dragon Reborn.
All right, sure. And they're all like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. When's the last time Swan saw Rand?
I think when she took an arrow for him.
Book 2. When he was a little baby draglet.
He has much changed.
Book fucking 2. 2020 for us, Allie.
Oh my God. I'm just thinking about not that those timelines are the same, but just like who I was at 2020 versus now.
Well, timeline in the book from then to now would be like November of 2024 to now.
honestly who I was a year ago.
Even then, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Swan goes, he's bound to be mostly insane by now. Maybe he's frightened and has come to turn himself in. I doubt that. As do I. Oh, Sharon is here. We're talking to Sharon. Sharon's great. They're bandying about that, whatever. They're thinking about what he might be doing, and then they're like, the floor tiles they're blood colored. And you went, holy shit, something happened. And then they go, well, can't go this way.
And I was like, what? Well, it wasn't just that they were blood colored, they were wet. So I thought someone was dead.
Yeah.
I thought there was blood on the ground.
No, it's just...
And they just went, oh, the tower must have shifted.
Oh, yeah, it's just weird shit.
And I'm like, well, okay, or that too, I suppose. Mm-hmm. I suppose we could also come to that conclusion.
Mm-hmm. It's all fine. It's not. They don't go through. Anyway, how's Swan feeling a little irritated by the way that she didn't get picked as keeper? How is she adjusting to her new position as not in charge?
I think she kind of digs it in a way.
She's ultimately kind of okay with
it. There's like a little bit of like, you know, oh, it was kind of supposed to be me doing this. But also like, what a shit job. You know? Like, and she already got them most of the way there. You know what I mean? Like she got them really far down the line.
Yeah.
Like she got them to basically the end. So like she did it for what, 20 years?
Roughly.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's exhausting. Like let the woman.
More like 15, but yeah, quite a long time.
Get dick down a little. Let her rest.
Egwene had a new keeper to replace Shiriam. The choice of Sylviana made a great deal of sense. The woman was known to have a level head for a red, and choosing her had helped forge the two halves of the tower back together, but Swan had harbored a small hope that she herself would be chosen. Now Egwene had so many demands on her time, and was becoming so capable on her own, that she was relying on Swan less and less. That was a good thing, but it was also infuriating. She had no mind to climb her way into prominence again. She didn't want to spend her time dealing with the squabbles of the Blue Aja as they reintegrated into the tower. Bryn shows up, and she says this line that you highlighted. You came faster than I'd assumed you'd be able to. And I do not have a concerned face, Gareth Bryn. I'm Aes Sedai. My very nature is to be in control of myself and my surroundings. And he goes, yeah, I think y'all are faking it.
Faking what?
Like, y'all just have no, you just never let your emotions change at all. You're not in charge of them at all. You just lock in.
Yeah. Well, suppression is a hell of a thing.
If one is always concerned, one will always look the same. She goes, go fuck yourself, Gareth. So, yeah, everybody's a little worried. Everybody's a little nervous. Egwene walks by. Gawain is like 15 feet behind her, like not looming, but kind of like grumpily walking distantly behind her, not close enough that it...
A red-headed loomer? Yeah. That's like our dog.
Unacknowledged by Egwene, not bonded as her warder, yet not cast from the tower either. He'd spent his nights since the reunification guarding Egwene's doors, despite the fact that it angered her.
That's not great.
You remember what you talked about last week with Gawain? We were talking about Jungian, masculine, feminine, the acts of service. And you were like, Gawain's thing is he's going to feel this need to do this like masculine demonstrative stuff.
Yep.
And
he's going to piss her off.
Egwene is going to get pissed off. Mm-hmm. Well, Allie, you're right on the money so far.
Ding, ding, ding.
So Egwene,
I knew it.
Egwene goes in to talk with Rand, and Swan goes, I always thought I would be the one in there, that I would receive him, guide him. I was the one who was to be sitting in that chair. And Bryn goes, Swan, Oh, don't be like that. I don't regret a thing. It's for the best. For all her tyranny and foolishness, it is good that Elida removed me, because that is what led us to Egwene. She'll do better than I could have. It's hard to swallow. I did well as Amerlin, but I couldn't do that. Lead by presence instead of force, uniting instead of dividing. And so I'm glad that Egwene is receiving him. And Bryn squeezes her shoulder, and she goes, What? Well, I'm proud of you. That sentimentality of yours is going to drown me one of these days. You can't hide your goodness from me, Swan Sanche. I see your heart. You are such a buffoon. Regardless, you brought us here, Swan. Whatever heights that girl climbs to, she'll do it because you carved the steps for her. And it's very sweet.
This is what women want.
She's what we need now, but
the guy who
gives him a thumbs up.
Gives her a thumbs up.
But you're what we needed then.
No.
You did well, Swan. She knows it, and the tower knows it.
Oh.
She goes, all right, changing the subject
that'd work
now.
on me, I fear.
Changing the subject now. How's Rand look? He's standing below, watched over by at least 100 warders and 26 sisters, 2 full circles. Undoubtedly he's shielded, but all 26 women seemed in a near panic. Did he look frightened, haughty, angry? None of that. Well, what did he look like then? Honestly, Swan, he looked like an Aes Sedai.
Damn.
So yeah, Rand comes through, there's 26 Aes Sedai surrounding him and like a cajillion warders, and he's just vibing. He is just fully present, walking down the hallway, blazing up a storm to her because she can see ta'veren. And they look at each other, and again, he's being guarded by a box of warders, but he looks at Swan, puts his hand up to the warders and goes, if you please, and they just move the fuck out of the way.
I mean, wouldn't you?
And Gareth Bryn grabs a sword, and Rand goes,
oh my god.
Peace, Gareth Bryn, I will do no harm.
Chill.
You've let her bond you, I assume. Curious. Elaine will be interested to hear of that. And Swan Santre, you've changed since we last met. Change comes to all of us as the wheel turns. An Aes Sedai answer for certain. I wonder if I'll ever grow accustomed to those. You once took an arrow for me. Did I thank you for that? I didn't do it intentionally. So they talk for a little bit, and he asks her, what kind of Amerlin is she? And what does Swan say?
The best.
The fucking goat. Number 1.
And he's like, I'm not surprised.
He smiled again. I should have expected nothing less. Strange, but I feel that seeing her again will hurt, though that is one wound that is well and truly healed. I can still remember the pain of it, I suppose. And Swan is like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is this? You're not like ranting and raving and gibbering. You seem chill as hell.
He's integrated.
Did you read The Power of Now? What the fuck is going on? And
he went through the integration process.
Tiana busts in and hands him a letter and goes, this is for you. And Rand goes, what is it? She goes, I promised to deliver it. I would have said no, but I never thought you'd actually come to... I mean, and then she leaves. Any idea what's going on with this?
The letter?
Yeah.
No.
No, you're correct. You might be able to piece this together if you think really, 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 really hard.
Well, who's at the tower who would give him a letter?
But it doesn't really matter. We can come back to this.
At the tower?
Can you think of anybody who's been giving out letters over the course of the past book?
Giving out letters? Other than the guy who got ripped apart by the golem.
Yeah.
Oh, Perrin.
Ah, perhaps.
From the grave.
Perhaps.
That's what I'm going to bet.
That makes sense. And Rand puts his note in his pocket and he goes, do your best to calm Egwene when I'm gone. And then he takes a deep breath and in he goes.
I don't like that. I don't like the assumption that Egwene's going to be like hysterical.
He doesn't remember her very well. I mean, he does, but he hasn't seen her since book 4.
It's true.
They've both
matured quite a lot.
They both have particular expectations for what the other is going to be. And he also knows he's about to say some fucked up shit.
Listen, I get it. I get why he said it. I'm just like...
I understand. I understand.
I'm just like, get wise. She's got it.
We're going to take an ad break, and then when we come back, we'll talk the rest of this. Welcome back. Rand heads on in, and she's like, fuck, should I cook everybody out? She goes, no, they need to see me confront him. Light, but I don't feel ready for this.
You got it.
How's it go? Give me the gist.
It goes fine. Like, Rand comes up and he goes, so I'm going to break all the shields. And she's like, fuck you are. And he's like, fuck I am. And she's like, well, you can't just spring that shit on me and without a plan. And he's like, so I'm giving you time to plan. I learned this thing. It's called delegating. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. Rand out. And then Rand just leaves. And then everyone goes, how did you do that? How were you able to talk? I couldn't talk. And she was like, well, obviously ta'veren.
She's not ta'veren in the book.
Yeah, but ta'veren was like, no one talk but her.
Yeah.
I know.
It's funny because, like, the sheer presence of mind she has, I'm like, just let her be a fucking ta'veren, but okay.
Listen, here's the thing, though. I think you could be a badass and not be ta'veren.
Maybe
that makes her the baddest of all the asses.
She is perhaps the baddest
Let's
of all the
perhaps,
asses.
Your Honor, I present to the court that Egwene may be the baddest of asses.
She's just cool.
Because she did this all without any manipulation of any personhood.
She's just cool.
She's just cool.
This was not Rand al'Thor, friend of her childhood, the man she'd assumed she'd one day marry. Rand al'Thor she could be lenient with, but leniency here could bring about the end of the world. No, this man was the Dragon Reborn, the most dangerous man ever to draw breath. He walked directly into the center of the hall. He stopped in the center of the flame on the floor. Oh, Petey's back. Oh, no, he's not. It's been 25 minutes.
He likes his outdoor time. He likes his little castle. This is his castle.
Huh.
What?
Yeah.
He likes being outdoors. We get to sit outdoors all the time.
Egwene, Rand said, voice echoing in the chamber. He nodded to her as if in respect. You've done your part, I see. The Amerlin's stole fits you well. And she's like, why are you not screaming at me and telling me to do weird things and doing the exorcist head-spinning pee-vomiting thing? Perhaps it was the calm of the criminal who'd finally given himself up? Was that how she thought of him? As a criminal? He'd done acts that certainly seemed criminal. He had destroyed. He had conquered. When she'd last spent any length of time with Rand, they had traveled through the Aiel Waste. He'd become a hard man during those months. But there was something else. She goes, what has happened to you? I was broken, Rand said, hands behind his back. And then, remarkably, I was reforged. I think he almost had me, Egwene. It was Cadsuane who set me to fixing it, though she did so by accident. Still, I shall have to lift her exile, I suspect. And Egwene is like, why do you sound like you went to college?
To get more
You
knowledge.
didn't go to college.
No, sometimes you gotta crash out to crash through. You gotta break down to break through.
Why have you come before the Amerlin seat? Have you come to make a petition?
I should know.
Yeah. Or have you come to surrender yourself to the White Tower's guidance? And what does he say?
I'm here to do neither of those things. I'm here to inform you that I think that the last time everything went to hell, it was because I did an action without the female side of magic and caused an imbalance in the world. And now I think we need to rectify that by doing external integration, because internal integration is like all about like integrating the masculine and feminine and dark and light and all that stuff. Now we have to do that as a metaphor externally. Carl Jung, everybody. So we're doing that externally as a metaphor. We have to unite and go break all the seals and then reform the Dark One's prison for realsies this time.
It occurs to me that I've been trying too hard. I worried that if I listened to you, you'd control me. It wasn't a desire for independence that drove me, but a fear of irrelevance. A fear that the acts I accomplished would be yours, and not my own. I should have wished for such a convenient set of backs upon which to heap the blame for my crimes. By the way, you know what pisses me off?
Real.
Apparently Robert Jordan said, no, if the men and the women had both gone, then both sides of magic would have been tainted.
No.
I hate that.
I disagree.
I fucking hate that.
No, wait, that's dumb.
I choose to leave that question unanswered.
Respectfully, Jim, that's not right.
She goes, Rand,
You answered badly.
I'm going to have some sisters talk to you. She's like, are you fucking buggy? What's going on here? And Rand is like, nah, it's all good. I'm actually fine. Can't do that right now, though. Anyway, Lan is doing some shit. I got a lot of shit I got to take care of. It's all good. I hate to say no to that one. Normally I would be down for it, but I don't really have time right now. And everything you already said.
I gotta be real, after like the whole year that I've had of like intense personal growth, seeing someone for the first time after going through all that is so weird, or talking to them for the first time, because I'm like, I gotta catch you up on like 10 years of personal growth in one.
Yeah, so Rand is like, yeah, we gotta both go and clean the shit up. And also, she's looking at him and is like, what is going on? She goes, which are you? And he goes, I'm both, Egwene. I remember him, Luce Theron. I can see his entire life. Every desperate moment. I see it like a dream, but a clear dream. My own dream. It's part of me. She goes, well, that's crazy, but...
No, it's called integrating the shadow.
But you're not being crazy, so I guess we're fine. And he goes, by the way, I'm going to fucking bust up those seals. In a month. We're going to do it in a month.
You're going to what?
And she's like, oh, I had a dream about that. It was bad. Don't do it. I'm going to need you, all of you. I hope to the light that this time you will give me your support. I want you to meet with me on the day before I go to Shaiol Ghul, and then... Well, then we will discuss my terms. And Egwene is like, what the fuck do you mean terms? You will see, he said, turning as if to leave. Rand al'Thor, she said, rising. You will not turn your back on the Ireland seat. And he's like,
Valid.
Okay, all right, sure.
Okay.
You can't break the seals. That would risk letting the Dark One free. And he goes, no, look, Min and I have been over this. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. And everything you already said happens. We have to plan. Yeah, so go ahead and plan. She goes, we got more shit to talk about.
That's good.
He did. He goes, we got more shit to talk about. And he goes, next time. I gotta go, though. And please don't tell me I can't, because then I'll just leave. And it's gonna make you look bad, and it's gonna make me look bad.
She goes, don't be a dragon.
Yay.
Hey.
So maybe we both agree that I could leave so that I don't have to make a scene.
Yeah.
She goes, okay, but you can't break the seals. And he goes, okay, we'll talk about it. Bye. And he leaves, and she's like, oh, shit, his hand got chopped off. I didn't even notice.
That's so wild that you didn't notice.
Yeah. And Sylviana's like,
I thought
oh my
something was
God.
different about you.
As you said, they're like, how could you even talk? And she's like, with my vocal, what are you talking about?
Taviran. Don't worry about it.
Taviran, Sharon said, but an effect as strong as that, I felt that it would crush me from the inside. She's like, yeah, it's all very painful. Anyway, we got to figure out what to do about this. Also, someone make sure he actually leaves. And they're like, yeah, Gareth's on it.
On it.
And Egwene goes, we need allies. He might be persuaded by people that he trusts, or he might be forced to change his mind if confronted by a large enough group united to stop him.
Okay, he's not going to change it. Be cool.
It was now more vital that she speak with Elaine and Nynaeve. At least they're communicating a little bit.
Hey.
A little tiny bit.
All right, now I have to go to work.
Okay. Thanks for anything else before we cut?
Nah.
Okay, thanks for listening, everyone. We have social media if you want to support us that way. It's linked down below. We also have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/wheeltakes, and you can always leave us a rating and or a review. Helps a lot. Other than that, anything else, Sally?
Gotta go work.
Thanks. Bye.